Hello, everyone, and welcome back. As you can see, it's now officially October. In fact, our barley has started growing and the deer are starting to enjoy it as well. Our expected yield is still at 63%, but it definitely needs rolling, and I think that's one of the few things I'm actually going to do. I think the first thing, though, is I'm going to take those logs into town and I'll grab what we have over here, as well as I chopped down a couple of the trees that were on our property and just kind of in the path. They're just kind of scattered over here right now. I'll take those into town as well. Still can't worry about those too much. But let's see how our greenhouse is doing. It looks like they're still not too far along yet. And if we come over here, I think what we're going to do in this episode is, well, for one, while it's October, I think I do have to make another field. I won't have the chance again until next year to if I want to plant barley or wheat. And since I plan on having a chicken coop, I kind of need feed for them. I don't want to have to buy too much of it. That being said, I think this episode, I'm mainly going to focus on getting this area cleared up a little bit over here in preparation for it, as well as if I look at the map over here, you can see our field is kind of not necessarily in the best possible spot. However, there is a space behind here that I think I'm going to use, and I'm going to clear out a path right along here so then we can kind of tuck our chicken coop in behind the barn while it's still on our property, and then utilize this back area here to make another field. I thought about going this way, but not quite sure how I'm going to go about doing that. But yeah, so let's go ahead and do that. I won't drag you guys along for so much of the loggings we did last episode. That was a lot of work, but rather I'll just kind of check in every once in a while, give you an update on how things are going. So first things first, that load needs to go and get sold. Yeah, this time I definitely did overload it too much. I think that's going to be the limit, and this is going to take so much time getting to town. It's not even going to be worth it. So this is actually kind of funny. It turns out that this strap right here was technically, although you couldn't see it, strapped onto this trailer here, which was basically trying to kind of twist this almost at an angle as if it was trying to drive onto two of those side wheels over there. Let's see if this does any better. Yeah, I guess that's what it was. This is much better right away. All right, that's one load. All right, and there's another load. Not a lot of money, but I had a helper driving to town, and he lost quite a bit along the way. Back trailer's got straps, but the front one does not, and he kind of managed to kind of tip it a couple of times, and he got stuck on the trees and the paths. But I'm trying to work on the field at the same time, so I this is just how it's going to be until I figure out a better solution for that path. And another load. Nice. I think I'll go ahead and take this bag with me if it'll fit. All right. Hopefully I can drop that off in a pallet somewhere when we get back. Okay, so I've made a mistake. I don't know. It just tipped right out the back and it wouldn't tip into here. And even now, when I get it connected over here, it won't let me collect it either. So I don't know. Might have to stay there unless you guys know of a better way to pick it up. All right, so check this out. This is going to be our little chicken coop area there. I've already built a path out in that direction, and then right behind there is where that new field is going to be. There's a lot of oak trees and birch trees here. That was not too much fun. Regardless, it's done. And I'm going to personally take this load into town because that's a lot of lumber to be losing. And we may or may not have just enough money to buy a tractor as well as the rollers to finish rolling this field here. So let's go into town, see how much we get for this, and see what we can do next with it. All right, 4,600. And all right, not quite the 30,000 I was hoping we were going to hit, but that's all right. We've got lots more wood we can cut if we need to. I think it's about time I fill up fuel before I forget though as well. All right, $47. Oh, that's pretty cheap. That's not a big concern at all then. What has it been, a month since we had this garden going already? It looks like that's building up so slowly. This is going to take a long time before I have anything even to sell. I'm not sure, but I didn't think about it. And I think that it's too late to roll this. Am I correct about that? I'm not going to risk it, unfortunately. It doesn't look like my weeds are too bad either or at all from what I can see. So maybe I won't have to worry about that either. That'll give me a little bit more time to start working on the other field. I was just looking at the cost for getting my field samples, and I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. It looks like it's going to be 1,225, and that's going to be good for any fields that I put on this this little plot of land here. So I think I'll go ahead and do that. Okay, so now we can see the pH is really bad. Nitrogen is also really bad. pH, I don't know, 6 out of 6.75. That's not horrible, is it? The 25 out of the 180 for the nitrogen is super bad, and I can't really do anything about that. But now our expected yield is 87% out of 125%. So I don't know if that really changed anything when I like our yield percentage. But regardless, this is going to give us a little bit better information on what exactly we can do to increase it when we do have the right equipment to do that. That is because. Yeah, because there's no way I can fix both pH and nitrogen, especially not right now. I got to really worry about getting that other field out. Maybe after, during the wintertime, if we take down trees anyway, I think it's not too late for me to increase some of these stats. Maybe I can do that. But I think for the remainder of this episode, we're going to go ahead and get enough trees sold so that I can get the tractor. After we dropped off this last load, I did take a look at what the cost for the tractor that I want is going to be. And it's going to be, I think, just over 35,000. But there's also something else I want to buy alongside it, which costs, I think, 4,000 or so. And so that gives us, what, 40,000 before the end of this episode. So that's going to be quite a bit of that new field that I'm going to be clearing over there. So let's go ahead and get started with that. And then we will be set up really well for the next episode, in which I think I'm going to focus on clearing out that path. While I guess at the same time working on that field, I don't know, lots of trees that need to come down. This is going to be a lot easier come the next springtime when we've got a lot of that taken care of already, especially once that path is better and we can solely focus on just pumping out trees out of here and having someone go into town to drop them off. That's going to take a lot out of our plate. We're going to be able to do it a lot faster. But for the time being, I guess there's just trees in the way everywhere. So let's go ahead. Maybe I'll mark off, kind of see where I want this field to be, and I'll bring you back in, kind of show you what my thoughts are. All right, so I think I figured it out. There's still so many trees here, and if I have to get it all done this month, it's going to be a lot of work as is. So forgive me if I'm making another small field here. But here's my thoughts. This is kind of the constraints of our property line right now anyway. And so I figure if I kind of follow this line out here, kind of keeping in line with it, and then kind of go all the way to this corner here, or at least mostly. Might cut the corner short just kind of to keep the shape here as well, and then bring it back in here. I won't connect it, at least not for now. Well, what that'll do is if I do want to connect it in the future on, it'll be a lot closer together already, and it'll just kind of be like a little bit of a strip here that I'll have to kind of clean out. And then maybe what I'll probably do is have a couple of bigger fields over here. And then those likewise, also, if I want to connect them, I can do that. Then that'll give us this space that we have right here for our chicken coop. And then we're probably going to end up having some other animals at some point as well. And there'll probably be enough room there. And then we kind of travel around and around here and around as needed to be. Because I'm trying to think about how, as we expand, we'll probably be buying this piece of property here or another one next to it. I want to be able to navigate around them well enough without having to completely redo stuff and like completely rip up my fields and redo those. That being said, actually, I want to bring you in and show you this piece of property right here. I don't think I mentioned it before, but it's currently 33% off. And I think this changes on a monthly basis. Problem is, there's no way I'm getting that $53,000. So I think I'm going to have to miss out on that deal. But it's worth paying attention to. Like, look at this one here. It's 94,000. It's 18% higher than it normally would be. These do fluctuate quite a bit. So when we do buy a new field, we're definitely going to pay attention to that. It's unfortunate because like 33%, it seems like a huge discount. And this is kind of right in the direction that we kind of need to go anyway. But nonetheless, yeah, that's where we're going to build the field. So for now, I'm just going to, I don't know, pump out some time, take out some more of those trees, get us up to that 40,000 so I can buy that tractor.
Myself wondering what did happen to the last 10. I ran away with my life, fast forward, never turn back again. It's kind of funny that the more we pass time, the more we need to set them rewind. And 19 was the year I had to leave you, but now I'm seeing all the signs. Is this really happening?
Yeah, once again, this tree kind of stops us over here, which is kind of weird because this is a path he should be coming from. But somehow he ends up way over here and hits this tree right here. That is one glitchy log. Every time I try to lay it down, it just stands right back up. I think its actual hitbox for the area that I can grab is only at the very, very base of that. Maybe like, I don't know, 6 inches of that giant log over there. So I guess, I don't know. If it falls off, I'll probably just leave it. All right, 36,804. I think that's gonna be just enough. I already bought the weight for the tractor. It's just kind of sitting over there. I was waiting while this guy was coming into town. But I'll deck out the tractor and I'll show you what I got.
Something from nothing. Life lessons come one in a dozen. The other 11 give something from.
All right, so this is the setup I've decided to go with. I've had a similar tractor in this from this mod pack before, so I haven't had this direct one. So I'm hoping it's going to perform the way I think it will. But as you can see, we've got 150 horsepower on it, only 140 liter tank, but I mean that's better than the other ones that come with a slightly smaller one. 31 miles per hour, not bad. 5.1 tons, but I got some rear weights on there as well on the tires, as well as you remember, I just bought that other weight as well. That's going to go with this. Got the front attacher here. We're going to try the big bag loader again, and then that back weight there as well to kind of counter it. Swapped out the exhaust. It came with a huge, or like a really tall, fat one too, but I decided to kind of shorten it down a little bit. I think it looks a little bit better. Obviously not the most stylish tractor, but we are on a budget, and I think for 150 horsepower, $35,250 is a pretty good deal. So let's go ahead, lock that in, and hope for the best. I think we are going to send this guy back to the farm. That way we can kind of take a look at our tractor over there, maybe see if the weight's going to fit on it. I hope it does. It says it's a front weight, but I don't think it matters because it's just a 3-point connection anyway, is it not? Let's go preemptively. We send him in there, even though this guy may not be doing any more of our... Actually, no, let me stop this guy, because the first thing I want to do, I'm going to leave this these trailers right here. That one tree that's always been in my way over there, I'm gonna go get the bag handler, cut down that tree. That's the first thing that's got to go. All right, let's see. One thing I'm not a big fan of is you can hear the gears changing on it. Oh, this turn radius is already so much better. I got the narrow tires, I know it's not necessarily, oh yeah, that definitely works. As long as I can drive it without lifting the front tires for now. It's like it's a little bit loose in the front, but I think that's going to work just fine. But this tractor's going to go back to the front. We're going to grab the big bag handler. So as I was saying, the narrow tires, because if we are going to be doing spraying and stuff like that in the future, every single different configuration of tires costs like $1,500. So if I can get away with not having wide tires when I'm pulling the trailer, I'd rather do this because I do have crop destruction on and I do need my narrow tires to do most of the field work that I'm going to be doing. I'm over here excited to get the bag handler connected, and then I got my plow in the way, so I got to move that out of the way. I am disappointed there is no front 3-point connector option, but if I ever need to, I can add a certain amount of weights to it. I think it's less than a ton, but I don't know how often I'm going to need that, honestly, because this big bag handler on its own already is going to be a little bit of weight to it. And worst case scenario, if I ever have to, I'll just kind of connect something to it with the straps. Bit of a color mismatch. I'll probably do something about that yet. I think I might be able to repaint the quick for free. Vulture I'm not so sure on, although maybe I should lighten the tone of the Vulture now that I think about it. It's starting to look a little bit dark in comparison. And perfect. All right, let's go back over to that big tree, and I'll also send the trailers over there as well. The tractor's on his way. Got the trailer here. I'll go ahead and cut this guy down. Ooh, yeah, big boy. All right, and we do have to keep the section of it that's got the branches, because with a little bit of power of imagination, this is going to be a Christmas tree in town. So that's got to stay one piece. This doesn't matter, so this I'll go ahead and at least cut in half. And then we'll wait for the tractor to show up. I did just realize, though, we've been cheated on our speed. If you look down there at 26, it looks like is the max. However, shows right there 31. Oh well, it's still not a bad speed. I'll accept it. All right, let's go get these logs loaded up. Unfortunately, as you remember, we're not gonna get any money for these at all, but just the freedom of getting these out of the way is already gonna be thanks enough. Of course. All right, yeah, these are definitely not the right trailers for it. All right, off to town we go. All right, and there it is. Did it change species on the way here? Maybe a little bit, but one tree officially in they're decorated in October already, but never too early to get ready for the Christmas spirit over here. It's going to be quite a big area to decorate as well, so I think those trees are not going to be any either. But at any rate, there was one other thing we wanted to purchase, and I need another $3,000 to do it. So let's go back to the farm. Now I'll have that piece of equipment over there as well. We can probably take in some bigger logs. I guess they still have to be able to fit in the trailer, but that'll make quick work, I think, as long as I can get a handle on those controls a little bit better. I'm used to having that connected to a wheel loader or a telehandler, which in probably is more complicated, especially a telehandler, because you're dealing with like telescoping and all that. But it's just what I've been used to, so that's a little bit new for me. I keep kind of my depth perception is not so good, let's just say, and I keep dropping the logs over the other side of the trailer and so forth, and I had to figure out my a little bit of my calibrations over there. Now, I did cut down one of these big spruce trees. I don't think it's one of the old ones, but a decent sized one. I want to see how well it does picking that up. I think that'll kind of be the test on whether or not I can pick up multiple. Yeah, not really doing that too well. Let's try from the side. Go ahead and trim it down first. All right, I think this is gonna have a lot of potential already. It is definitely not gonna be able to pick up an entire tree, but a few sections, definitely. All right, I've accidentally dropped the tree right on my tractor, but let's go ahead and experiment with this a little bit. I gotta figure out kind of what that length is, unless I just kind of allow them to stick out the back. Maybe the length of these are the same, and I just drop a few in here and take advantage of the straps. We'll see, but that's roughly the length I'm going to go for on these. All right, not sure how I'm supposed to get that one off of there. There we go. Yeah, just like so. All right, I'll try to bundle a few of these up together. All right, that's 3. That's still working pretty well. Ooh. Certainly a little bit tippy. Let's try 4. Maybe 4 is going to be the limit. Maybe it's going to be 3. Let's see, is it going to work? No, looks like we're just... Oh, no, that is 4. We do have 4 of them. All right, it's nice enough. Yeah, I think these narrow tires are certainly going to be a little bit of a problem. And it doesn't help that there's still some logs kind of randomly sitting on the field as well. What? I don't know, maybe it'll be worth it to put some fatter tires on here. Not bad. Plopped it right in there. All right, I'll do that a few more times, load this up, take that into town. That'll get us enough money to buy the other item that I wanted to buy, and that's where we'll call it good. But once again, guys, if you enjoyed the video, go ahead and hit the like button. Leave me some comments what you think I should have done differently. Maybe I should have bought a different tractor. I don't know. Maybe some better use of the money. Maybe I can still roll this. If you got that kind of information, maybe you could let me know. That would definitely help me out. And if you want to see more videos like this, go ahead and hit subscribe. These are only going to get better. If you watch the first few, you'll notice that my mic settings are slowly getting better, and I am working on it. This is all kind of new to me as well, editing videos and all of it, but I really enjoy it, and I hope you do too. Yeah, honestly, I think this is probably going to be one of my favorite features of having this set up like this. I can drag the trees out of the way without actually having to clean them up right away. In this case, I am going to... But it's just a possibility. That way I don't have to make so many trips to town when I'm just trying to clear out some land. Yeah, alright. And this last one's light enough I can just do it by hand. However, as you can see, I've definitely kind of made this look really not the way it should be. The other thing too is now that these are so long, I can't really use the straps over here either. Remember, we already stopped using this one because it would connect to that one, and now I'm kind of worried that maybe this one will as well. But that's what we'll kind of call good for now. I've taken away most of the bigger pieces. I keep finding smaller pieces in here though that I thought I'd cleaned up, but I hadn't. Clearly, I'm not quite as good as I thought I was. But I'm gonna go ahead and try using the tractor. Oh no, not that one. I'm gonna go ahead and try to use the tractor as well to pull this trailer, because really it should. I don't know exactly what we're gonna do with the John Deere going forward. Probably use it here and there, but I definitely want to see how well the tractor can handle the trailer. One thing I'm a little bit concerned about is you got the weight right in the back of the tractor, and in order to connect to the trailers, obviously you have to let go of it. And this is where a front connector would have been really super sweet, but this tractor unfortunately doesn't have that. I thought about using the bag handler, and I will try that, simply just because I don't want to leave it out in the field. And if I do all of a sudden like lose some of these logs and I don't have the weight, I'll probably have a tough time picking them up without losing balance. But is it not even gonna let me pick that up? Looks like I really just... Okay, well, if that's the case, then the weight stays here. Yeah, it seems to be working okay. I'm a little bit worried though, because like especially this one log on the right side here, it's just kind of barely holding on. I'm also wondering how much money we're gonna get off of this. Oh, got narrow tires on the tractor, but not on the trailer. Probably gonna ruin a little bit of crop there. But so I'm used to loading these up pretty high, and I'm wondering how this is gonna differentiate from that cost-wise or price-wise, I guess. They're not stacked quite as high, but they're sticking all out, and they're longer now, so I'm hoping that's going to make enough of a difference that we'll see as good of a profit. But let's see what this looks like when we get into town. I think the tractor's able to stop these trailers as well quite a bit better, which means I don't have to stop from way over there already. All right, moment of truth. Let's see. 7,700. Well, I guess, yeah, 6,500 profits. Not bad. I will take that. All right, now I'll show you guys what I was going to spend the rest of the money on. And some of you probably able to guess, but let's see. All right, this is it. So as you can see, we're already having troubles loading the logs as is in that trailer. And I think this is a long time coming. Let's go ahead and purchase that. I also want to see what I can do about the tire situation. The tractor seems to be tipping kind of easily, so I don't know if I can double up these narrow tires, or if I'll have to kind of splurge a little bit and get a different set of wheels as well. All right, there it is. So obviously not super long, but it is at least the length of our middle trailer or our front trailer here. And the logs can stick out on either end, and it's going to have straps to hold it all down, so I can kind of go as long as I need to. And I most likely, depending, I might not even have a trailer attached to the back of it at all. That remains to be seen. All right, here's what we got. And I'm not happy about the price. The other ones that I bought were only $1,500. And now suddenly to throw an extra pair of tires on there, spending another $3,500. But I think I'm going to do it because the stability was not super great. I think this will help while still, I'm assuming, keep us from destroying our crops. I'll go ahead and pay for it, and then we'll figure out whether or not that works in the next episode. All right, perfect. All right, guys, I appreciate you watching again, and I hope you enjoyed as much as I did. Next episode, we're going to go ahead and start clearing out the path, maybe get some gravel laid down, clear out some more of the field as we discussed. It feels like we're starting to win now. I'm not doing the little garbage like that anymore. That takes so much time, and honestly, even if this took just as much time, I'd still enjoy doing this a lot more.